It's time for Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball on WMIX, on your radio at AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com. Lady Rams Softball is presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Banterra Bank. Banking with local style. The Mount Vernon Lady Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital. Raising the bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. Rend Lake College. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Heartland Accounting, All Stars and Stitches, Bean Insurance, Central Christian Church, and People's National Bank. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski in the 94th Sports Mobile Studios for Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball. The Rend Lake College pregame show starts now.
And good afternoon and welcome.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners.
They host the Salem Lady Wildcats. Wildcats come in with an 8:21 mark. The most important factoid is they're 1-0 against the Lady Rams this season. Senior Day from Lincoln Park. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski alongside. This is your Rend Lake College pregame show. And at Rend Lake College, you get a degree for thousands less. See which of the more than 100 degree or certificate programs is best for you. rlc.edu is their website. Of course, Danny, the Lady Rams, Senior Day, a special occasion. Not only that is the regular season finale. Lady Rams will be in postseason play next week as they travel to the Marion Regional. They'll take on the Carbondale Terriers on Tuesday at 4:30. Staring them in the face right now is a team that's bested them once this season, 4-3. That was a game at Salem, although defense somewhat plagued the Lady Rams on that occasion. However, they're going to have to rebound from that here today because they could really use a win going into postseason play.
It's a nice little thing today. A lot of mixed emotions. Maybe the best term is better to be used is bittersweet because it's sweet as a senior to get to this point where you have played in a career and done so very well, but it's bitter in the fact that you will not put on the Lady Ram uniform again and play on this field. And the senior ladies are finding this out, figuring it out. They're going to have to deal with a lot of emotions today, both up and down, and especially here at the beginning and the start. And it's tough to go out as a senior and perform in what you know is your last ever home game. Lady Rams will be on the road to postseason, so you won't get to play as your teammates here again at high school level on this field.
Of course, last year these two teams met up at Salem in a game that concluded their regular season last year also on a Friday night. You and I were able to do that game last year, so very familiar with the Lady Wildcats as they come in here today. 8-21 overall. They're out of the Apollo Conference, of course. We expect a good one here for you today on Senior Day. Honoring the Lady Rams seniors, of course, they happen to be Jacqueline Flood, Mallory Kirsch, and Cheyenne Morgan. We'll talk more about that when we come back. First, we'll go ahead and take a quick break. This is the Rend Lake College pregame show on WMIX.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Elaine. I've been a nurse with Good Samaritan for many, many years. One of the best things about my job is knowing that I work for a hospital that cares so much about the community. We're dedicated to attracting the best physicians and investing in the most advanced medical technologies. Whether it's radiology, oncology, or advanced heart care, we provide some of the nation's most advanced treatment options right here in Southern Illinois. That way patients never have to travel far from their families to receive the care they need. I'm always happy when families come visit, and starting in 2013, that sort of thing will happen even more. That's when Good Samaritan opens our all-new Regional Health Center. Everything about the new center has been designed with patients in mind. It features all private rooms and family-friendly areas that make it easier for visitors to stay overnight. I can't wait to see what Good Samaritan does with this exciting new facility.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
For more insight, follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to the Rend Lake College pregame show. Glad to have you alongside as we see the Mount Vernon Lady Rams tangle with the Salem Wildcats regular season finale before we head into the 3A regionals next week. down at Marion. Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski alongside. It's Jesse Clark with us back at the studio in Mount Vernon. We will start at about 4:30, so on time, even though it is senior day, recognizing the accomplishments and achievements of the Lady Rams seniors on the softball diamond. Of course, a hearty congratulations from us to Jacqueline Flood, Cheyenne Morgan, and Mallory Kirsch on outstanding careers as Mount Vernon Lady Rams softball players. Honored 3 a year ago as well. One of them in here in attendance today, as from Bradley University, Lexi Cremines, is taking in today's game. Another senior from a year ago, Kinsey Tate, is preparing for Alabama today. And of course, Women's College World Series.
6 p.m. tonight, UT Martin and Alabama from Tuscaloosa. That's a little different what she was doing a year ago today, playing at Salem.
No kidding. Of course, Elena Reeves, one of the other seniors from a year ago, had a nice season at Red Lake College as well. Those are your seniors from a year ago. Of course, we will always remember the seniors that we have seen in our time doing Lady Rams softball. This in its 5th year, of course, on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com. Follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports. Also like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/WMIX Sports. What will our Facebook question of the week be? You have to tune in tomorrow to the Saturday Sports Show, 8:06 until 10 o'clock right here on AM 940 and MyWithersRadio.com. Well, I'm not sure if we've come up with a question yet or not. We'll have to work on that overnight, see what we come up with to ask on the Saturday Sports Show tomorrow.
Never know what may happen. What we come up with is you never quite know.
Never do.
Something pops up, something happens, something goes on. Question here, question there. It is what it is. You'll have to listen tomorrow and find out, or go to our Facebook page.
That's right. Tomorrow, Facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Of course, there's always reliable information on there. And on the Twitterverse as well at 94 Sports. We hope you'll like and or follow us on the social media. Of course, tomorrow, MyWithersRadio.com becomes a huge factor, as not only will it bring you the Rams baseball game, also on AM 940, of course, but it'll also video cast only, I should say. Not going to be on the radio is how I'm trying to phrase this. We'll have the Mount Vernon Township High School graduation tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on MyWithersRadio.com. You can watch a complete video cast. We'll tap into the PA system and bring you the audio as if you were there, as well with streaming video. It's MyWithersRadio.com, the WMIX website tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. That'll come to you courtesy of Red Lake College and Banterra Bank tomorrow. Not a bad deal.
That's a tremendous thing for everybody to see and watch.
I think it'll be pretty sweet, pretty neat, pretty cool, pretty solid. Everything of that nature. But first, what we have in front of us right now, a decent softball matchup between the Lady Rams, 25-8 on the year, share the South 7th Conference title with Centralia. Salem Wildcats come in the middle of the pack. The Apollo finishing now currently 8-21 on the year. And what we expect should be a decent matchup. You have the Lady Ram team looking for revenge after the 4-3 loss at Salem earlier in the year. You have a Salem team knowing they beat the Lady Rams once, looking to do it twice.
That's the thing. If Salem has some confidence, 8-21, really not a fair assessment of Salem right now. I think they had bad start earlier in the year, and it's one of those deals where you expect this to be a tough game. I think Salem, with their first win of the year, don't want it to be a fluke. They want to come out and prove something, and then, of course, Mount Vernon wants to come out and pay Salem back a little bit for what they did.
That they do. The Lady Wildcats, the Lady Rams come your way here in just a moment. This is your Red Lake College pregame show. Red Lake College has been a vehicle to a brighter future for well over 40 years. Today you can save thousands of dollars on your collegiate education, and log on to rlc.edu. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski from Lincoln Park. The Lady Rams preparing for battle with the Salem Wildcats. That'll come your way in just a few moments. Beautiful day for softball, of course. The temperature has skyrocketed, it seems, by comparison just a couple of days ago, the last time we were out here. So a little humid, a little hot, but we'll take it, of course. This is May weather, after all.
It is warm. People that aren't used to the heat and everything, it's quite warm today. Lots of humidity out going around.
About 87, 88 degrees, of course. Humidity, just 35%. Sure seems a lot higher. Yeah. Winds will be out of the south-southeast at about 7 miles per hour under sunny skies. And now there's a few wisping clouds in the sky, but it seems like the past 2 or 3 days even, there have not been a single cloud. Not anywhere in the sky. And it's just been beautiful weather and not a threat of rain coming until about Sunday night into Monday. So very lucky and very fortunate. Some of these outdoor graduations should remain outdoors. And not only that, we should be able to get some games in today and tomorrow before we head into postseason for 3A and 4A next week. But as 1A and 2A wrap up their regionals here tomorrow. Of course, we'll talk a lot about that tomorrow on the Saturday Sports Show, WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com. Getting underway at 8:06 tomorrow. We have a lot crammed into a short amount of time. Of course, after that, we'll head to Waterloo for Rams baseball. That'll be a 10:45 pregame, 11 o'clock first pitch, right here on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com. We'll have to hurry to Highland.
Yeah.
Think about that. We're going to get there like in a half hour.
Yeah. We're going to have to boot, scoot, boogie. May
Figure
take
it
the corporate jet.
Chopper 940.
Corporate copter.
See what happens. There's a meeting going on right now between the two coaches, Amy Johnson and James Holzapfel, with the two umpires here today, and they look very, very, very familiar.
Oh, yes. Ted Knapp and Scott Pennington.
Kind of like a who's softball umpire.
This is college quality umpiring out here. Mr. Knapp, Mr. Pennington. Mr. Pennington will be behind the plate. Mr. Knapp will be on the bases.
I'll be on ready to get this one in. I don't know about you.
I'm ready to get this thing rolling here. 4:33. Lots of traffic, of course, in front of Lincoln Park. For those who didn't know, they've laid down some loose rock to cover the oil seeping through in the warm days, last couple of days. So if you're driving out here and not used to it, you're going to, if you haven't washed the car, I'd advise to go somewhere else. As the rock dust is thick between here and the parking lot.
And it's going to remain on the vehicle pretty thick as well. There is no doubt about that.
It'll rain till Sunday night, Monday, so it is what it is.
Of course, the final game of this season, obviously, it is senior day for the Lady Rams. This will be the last game we see at Lincoln Park all season. Lady Rams will head to the road next week for the Marion Regional. Tuesdays when they will have the Carbondale Terriers. Lady Rams come in as the number 1 seed. They'll battle at 4:30. Centralia and Marion, the 3 versus the 2 respectively there. That'll happen at 4:30 on Wednesday. Then those two teams, the 2 winners, I should say, will meet on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. We will be there on Tuesday. It's Lady Rams battle Carbondale.
Carbondale.
2 teams split in the regular season, both winning the home game.
That's an interesting match. That whole softball regional down there is interesting.
Hey, you know what I forgot about?
What did you forget?
Central Christian Church back in order.
Quickly, Chelsea Lane and Nissa Rassol, Taylor Smith, Heather Henson, Heather Ippert, Mallory Chappelle, Miranda Hubert, Caitlin Rusher, and Ashlyn Keene, 1 through 9 for Salem, who get underway at 4:35.
Third baseman Lane leads us off with a bunt. It'll be right back to the pitcher, Flood. She'll fire to first to recovering Stewart, who can't hang on.
Ooh, reach out of there. And that's how this one gets underway. Pesky Salem did this last time they played.
Flood, the senior, gets to start in the circle today. Catching her will be the junior Paige Clinton out in the infield. It will be Mallory Garner, Haley Lockhart, Alexis Stewart, and Kelby Guiaba from third to first. We'll meet the outfield here in just a moment. The first pitch to Rasul as she will pop it up off of a bunt. It'll finally roll foul.
Smart play by Kelby Guiaba. That ball goes straight up in the air. She's looking at it and sees a reverse spin on it when it hits the ground. Looks like a Pro V1 spinning backwards. Hits fair territory. We're holding the foul territory out of play.
Of course, Kirsch, Morgan, and Rusher, your outfield from left to right. The 0-1 pitch on the way, Rasul. She will bunt that foul down the third base side. Going back to first will be Chelsea Lane, and 0-2 count on the batter now, Rasul.
Well, it's going to be hard to lay a bunt down because Gardner and Guiaba are close enough to her to shake hands as she's bunting. So it's going to be tough.
Definitely suffocating with an 0-2 count. You wonder if this will take the bunt out of play. Fundamentally, you think it would. But we'll see what happens here. Runner on first, nobody out. Top half of inning number 1. Here comes the pitch on the way. The 0-2 is going to miss high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, not chasing. And this is Rasul, the shortstop.
If I recall right, a few hundred games ago, that Salem Mount Vernon up at Salem last year was a rather frisky game, I remember.
It was. A little bit of cat and mouse. That's going to be a foul ball just outside the third base bag down the line. That's a good thing, too. We'll do the 1-2 again. Banterra Bank lead off the summer with a Banterra Bank free checking account. Banterra is banking with local style. The FDIC. As Rasul will step back in the box, right-handed batter with 1 on and nobody out. Top 1, still no score. Seeking one here on the Wildcats. Rasul will lay off the 1-2. It moves outside. It'll become 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was a 10-run game, if I recall correctly, but maybe it wasn't.
10-1.
Almost it was, but it was still cat and mouse.
Lexi Cremines got the win.
The runner was going on 2-2, swung on a miss by Rasul for the first out, however. Be a runner in scoring position, RBI chance for Taylor Smith, the center fielder, with Heather Henson, the catcher, to follow here at the top of the first.
Now, Vernon had 10 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors. Last year, Salem had 2 runs, 6 hits, and an error. Cremines beat Chappelle. Mallory Chappelle were there, the designated player. How about that? Didn't think I'd have that in the book. So I remember
1-0 to Taylor Smith with a runner on second and 1 out, top of the first, no score. Pitch is on the way, and that's going to miss high. Should be 2-0.
Hot day, a little warmer than what the ladies have been used to playing in the spring. We're going to see the endurance here.
Could be a factor. We'll see. 2-0 coming. curvature outside. It's 3-0. Right-handed, Taylor Smith, Heather Hinson. How about Heather Hinson to follow here in the first? Maybe Heather Iffert, the pitcher. The obligatory 3-1. That'll catch the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike now to Taylor Smith. 1 on and 1 out. Top of the first, still no score. Salem and Mount Vernon here at home at Lincoln Park. See what happens on 3-1, how they attack. That's going to be right down the middle and push foul over the right field foul line fence. Counts full.
Nary a breeze, warm day, beautiful weather. Be a little toasty night from local gymnasiums that have graduations around the county and area tonight with no air conditioning.
Makes you thankful for beautiful weather tomorrow. Hoping that they can have that Mount Vernon Township High School commencement exercise outside at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. Full count offering, changes up a bit, swung on a miss, so back-to-back strikeouts. Put 2 on down the board here in the first with a runner on second still for Salem, about maybe squandered opportunity.
Pulled the string on that one, and boy, you could tell Flood pulled it, and Smith was out in front. The old Bugs Bunny swinging a miss 3 times over.
That'll bring up Heather Hinson, the catcher, with an RBI chance to go on. Here comes the pitch on the inside this time. It misses low and in, 1-0. Back on the air tomorrow with your Saturday Sports Show, 8:06 special time tomorrow. We have a lot to squeeze in a short amount of time. Same amount of time, actually, 2 hours, but just going to feel compact with all that we have to talk about. As the next pitch catches the inside corner across the plate, 1-1.
Kind of mentioned that Chelsea Miller and Tasha Dorr, the SPW girls track team, will compete in events tomorrow in the finals. Track up in Charleston.
Just trying to watch how the 2 Lady Rams are going to fare today, but I can't ever make heads or tails on the preliminary stuff that the IHSA puts out.
That's what happens when you're trying to squeeze things into one weekend.
And here comes. This is going to be a 2-1 pitch, popped up to the pitcher, Flood. So a couple of strikeouts and a pop out to the pitcher will do it for Salem here in the top half of the first. Still no score. This is Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Isn't it great to live in a community where people give back and try to improve our area for the next generation? That's what we believe in and why our name, Community First, reflects this core value. If you would like to enjoy a personal relationship with your bank, make the move to Community First Bank and find out what community banking means. Simply stated, we are neighbors helping neighbors.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac in Centralia.
Another line that's doing real well is the CTS in Cadillac, and it's sporty looking. It always looks good. It rides good. It's got plenty of leg room. Great performance. Actually, we have a couple of 2011s that are left that are being heavily discounted. Full warranty, so that's something to consider. It is a leftover 2011.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac, 1421 West McCord in Centralia.
More softball action ahead on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com.
And we welcome you back, Lady Rams Softball against Salem. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. No score. We need to meet the Lady Ram batting order.
Cheyenne Morgan will lead off, followed by Paige Clinton and Jacqueline Flood. Haley Lockhart will bat 4th, followed by Mallory Garner and Summer Hops. Batting 7th will be Mallory Kirsch. Batting 8th, Kelby Kuyava, and batting 9th, Micaiah Rush. For Amy Johnson, Mount Vernon Lady Rams.
And there you have it. Central Christian Church, of course, you can watch their Friday night and Sunday services online. Check out the webcast at thenewscentral.com. Central Christian Church is loving God and loving people. So we'll see a senior, Cheyenne Morgan, a junior, Paige Clinton, and a senior, Jacqueline Flood, to get us started here in the home half of the first. We'll see what Heather Iffert has in the cupboard here this afternoon against the Lady Rams, who are 25-8 on the year, looking for win number 26 to close out a supreme regular season. First pitch is on the way. Morgan trying to get herself on by usual means. We'll take a pitch to the outside and the low. It's going to be 1 ball, no strike here to Morgan. One of the seniors honored before the game here on Senior Day at Lincoln Park. Field number 1. Next one's on the way. She'll lay off again. Misses outside, 2-0. Follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports or like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Simple as that. Here comes the 2-0. That's going to be outside again. Ooh, delayed strike call maybe?
Sounded like. Heard a bark.
Not bad. Been a while since I've got to see Mr. Pennington call a game. As this will be a slap right back to the pitcher. Ifford will fire over to first. 1-3 will be your first out. So one away and nobody on now for Paige Flynn.
I think it's the first time we've seen both umpires, to my knowledge, at least me.
I haven't seen Mr. Knapp outside of basketball in quite some time. First pitch to Clinton on this way, and she will rake that in the left center field. Could be extra. The center fielder will give chase as Taylor Smith will get to it at the wall. Clinton's going to be waved around from second to third. The throw will be off the mark up the line, and that'll be a one-out triple for Paige Clinton.
Nice job. Pulled it right over the top of the shortstop head, split the outfielders to the wall. Clinton legs it out for a triple in the first hit for the Lady Rams.
Ventura's online banking is convenient, efficient, and best of all safe. Their security is your best defense. Ventura Bank is banking with local style, member FDIC. That'll bring in the pitcher Flood with an RBI chance here in the first. And only one out. Effort will wind and fire. Here it comes. She'll go the opposite way this time into right center field for Gapper. This will be a double, maybe more for Flood. The run will come home to score, and here comes Flood around to third base, and we will have back-to-back triples. This is the RBI variety to make it 1-0 Lady Rams.
Two hits that split the gap to the fence. Flood gets an RBI triple, and the Lady Rams pounding the ball here early to go up 1-0.
Well, it's good to see a couple right-handed bats spray it around. That'll leave your center fielder confused on what to do and where to play. As the first pitch catches the outside corner for Haley Lockhart, 0-1. Center fielder will play for the pull. As Lockhart can go opposite way, she may have herself a triple. Here it comes. She'll swing it off speed and miss. 0-2. We had struggle for scoreboard updates today. Not a lot going on. We know the Century Orphans will welcome O'Fallon tonight, I believe it is, at 7 o'clock. Doesn't really help us now. Here comes another one into Lockhart, inside off-speed pitch. So I'm going to miss. That'll be the second out.
That was awful quick. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, as they say.
That brings up Mallory Carter. Adding the 5-hole today, has an RBI chance with 2 gone. She'll lay off a pitch high, and it's 1-0.
Good game for Centray to get O'Fallon tonight and Edwards on Monday.
Yeah.
Whew. Nice 2 out of 3 days. Or 4.
And then they will have Highland at Highland in the Highland Regional, I believe, on Wednesday at the 2-3 game.
Highland beat them yesterday or the day before 6-0.
Saw that. It'll be a tough one for Matt Kottmeyer and his Orphans. I know that. That's going to be a hard hit ground ball to short. Reaction play by Rasul. She'll fire to first in time. The run will not count. However, the damage done by the Lady Rams. An RBI triple for Jacqueline Flood scores Paige Clinton. It's 1-0 Mount Vernon. This is Lady Rams softball on WMIX.
How do you spend your Saturday mornings? Wake up, grab coffee, get something to eat? Why not add a little WMIX Saturday Sports Show to your Saturday? From 8:08 until 10 o'clock, we have guests, discussion, and fun involving the regional sports topics that matter to you. It's the pick-me-up you need to start your morning off right. It's the Saturday Sports Show every single week on WMIX AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Back to Lady Rams softball, powered by Banterra Bank.
And we welcome you back to Lincoln Park. We head to the top half of the second inning. Lady Rams on top of Salem 1-0. It'll be Effort, Chappelle, and can't read my chicken scratch. Auburn? What'd you go with?
Effort, Chappelle, and Huber.
Thank you. I literally cannot read what I have in my book. Not whatsoever. Jacqueline Flood had an RBI triple back in the bottom half of the inning. This time it'll be a surrender ground ball to second base. 4-3 will be your first out. But it's a Flood RBI triple that scored Paige Clinton off of the triple. Lady Rams have a 1-0 lead as we are in the top half of the second. 1 out and nobody on for Mallory Chappelle, the DP. As you said, she took the loss last year when these two teams concluded the regular season up at Salem.
About a year ago today,
essentially. First pitch to Chappelle inside corner. Looked good. It is. It's not there one. Who will be your Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game? That's a question that remains to be seen or heard at this point. It happens after the 0-1 pitch to Chappelle. It'll come inside, a little high. His count will leave it 1-1 strike. If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home at Dixon at Woodlawn and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Next pitch on the way. Quickly, 2-1. Went same location that time. Couldn't get the batter Chappelle to chase either.
Didn't waste.
2-1. Where's it going to be? And inside on her again. Got her to swing. It missed. 2-2.
Very well designed hat for Chappelle. Helmet. Face mask Friday with a little red flame, white helmet.
Very nice. 2-2. Outside. Full vote. Off button. There we go. We wait the full count offering. Well, it'll be a payoff. It'll be an inside pitch that intended to jam the batter. She will foul it into the ground. And we'll do it again. Not much Clinton could do there to possibly hang on to it. 1-0 Lady Rams on top. Top of the second. 1 out. Nobody on here for the Wildcats. Rams are in action tomorrow against Highland. We'll have that game for you. 10:45 is your pregame. 11 o'clock your first pitch here on AM 940. Next one on the way. Catches the outside corner. Backwards K. That'll be the third for Flood today.
Starting to find her groove. Flood is a workhorse. Going to have to be pretty dominating if Mount Vernon wants to make a little run in the postseason.
So Huber will stand in. Miranda Huber, the left fielder. Nobody on and 2 out here in the second. Her first pitch will be up and out. Make it 1-0. Got here. 1-0 pitch is on its way inside. Jammed the batter, but she was somehow missed the ball with the bat. It's 1-1. 1-1 strike. 2 outs here in the second. Nobody aboard for Salem. Outside corner that time to the left-handed bat Huber. And ahead in the count here is Flood. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're sure on deck here for Salem. Should anything happen here with 2 outs in the inning. Next one's on the way. Will be an out pitch just a little outside. The count will be 2-2. 2-2 offering on the way. Swung a miss. That'll be the 4th strikeout today for Flood. We are through 1.5. 1-0 Mount Vernon. This is Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
Hello, this is Hunt Bonin with People's National Bank. People's National Bank is proud to be a family-owned bank that has served Southern Illinois for over 100 years. We take pride in offering products that are customer convenient and friendly. With free checking, online banking, CD specials, mortgage products, and many other convenient banking services, we have everything to meet your banking needs. Stop by any People's National Bank and see what banking with a family-owned bank is all about. People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It happens every spring. You need a great quality vehicle. That's where Second Chance Auto comes in. Family owned for the past 32 years. Second Chance Auto has been the cure for spring new car fever. No one has a better selection of vehicles priced under $10,000. Almost all their vehicles come with a generous 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. There are no dock fees, no shipping fees, and no processing fees like those new car dealerships. Just low prices. Second Chance Auto. Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582. Second Chance Auto.
For more content, like WMIX Sports on Facebook. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Lady Rams Softball. Home half of the second. Summer Hobson, Mallory Kirsch, Kelvin Quiava will get us started as Lady Rams. It's a 1-0 lead over the Salem Wildcats. First pitch to the right-handed Hobson is across the outside corner, 0-1. Early in the at-bat. Second Chance Auto is your home for the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, priced for $10,000 in one location. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Popped up on the 0-1 to short, making the play will be the shortstop, Rasul. 1 away. Ooh. Oh. Gersh stands in, takes the first pitch strike on the outside corner. 0-1.
Why we don't shoot. We can't read handwriting.
Haber.
Our executive producer sent that in after he was mocking us, or you.
Sometimes people forget who exactly makes decisions. 0-2 is your count here to Mallory Kirsch. Base empty, 1 out in the second. Here comes the pitch on the outside. Just misses low, and it'll be 1-2, a brief reprieve for Mallory Kirsch here in the box. Haber. Here comes. Batted ball, put down the left side. Picking it up is the third baseman, Lane. She'll try to first in time. Great play, 5-3.
Quick, hopped up down that line towards home plate, picked up that one hopper. Struck her easily. Kelby K coming up. See the flag's blowing, but there's no breeze here in the box. Still hot, and the traffic's still slow on interstate behind us. No breeze is going.
No doubt about that.
Boy, northbound with single lane backup everywhere when I cross the interstate today to come here.
As it is high and away to Cuiaba. Here comes the 1-0. Catches that time. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 coming. That's going to be whacked past the third baseman Lane. Good hit by Cuiaba. Single will be more. It'll be a 2-out single for Kelby. That'll bring up a Kaya Rush.
Pitch up in Kelby's eyes. Kelby got that one. Can't put it by her. She swung at third base and didn't have time to get a glove down.
So Rush will stand in with a runner on first. 2 outs. Bottom half of the second inning with the Lady Rams on top by a score of 1-0 over Salem. Dribbler to third base. Lane will slip and fall with the ball. She's able to get it off to the pitcher. Not much she could do there.
I don't believe she's going to throw Rush out anyway. Had she come up with that was great bunt. First and second now with 1 out. Lady Rams, or with 2 outs, got something going, I should say. Brave idea by Rush to bunt with 2 outs.
But I'll bring up a slapper in Cheyenne Morgan. We'll see if the Lady Rams can do here. Maybe some 2-out production with a couple aboard. As Morgan will slap this one, it's going to be over the head. Could burn Taylor Smith. That'll get to the wall. We'll see how many score on this one. Rush is going to be sent home. Morgan's around second, headed for third. That'll be a 2 RBI double for the senior, Cheyenne Morgan. Triple me. How about that? Sorry, I'm very trying to multitask to the extreme.
I thought something. I thought maybe something had happened error-wise. That ball hit, flew over center fielder's head, 1 hop the wall, and Morgan with the 2 RBI triple. Nice job. Quick, short game would be nice today.
And that'll bring in Paige Clinton with an RBI chance at 2 out. Here comes the pitch on the way. She will foul that off. Hopes it gets out of play. Won't be a playable scenario for Heather Henson. It'll be 0-1 here for Clinton.
Best thing about this, Chris, is these runs come with 2 outs. Another thing that separates good teams from great teams. Ability to score 2 outs.
You always love that when possible. 0-1 to Clinton. She'll turn on one, sends it right to Lane. She's able to make the grab, fires over to first. Off of the bag came the first baseman. That is a great call by Ted Knapp out there in the infield. And that'll allow a run to score. It pulled the first baseman off the bag with the throw.
Man, first error of the day, and it's costly.
Yes, it is, as that makes it a 4-0 ball game. That'll bring up Jacqueline Flood, who tripled her last time. So Flood will stand in with a chance to really help her own cause. And she will send this one to right. Deep to right, but not deep enough, as Keene will make the grab. We are through 2. The Lady Rams add a 3-0 more. It's 4-0. This is Commentators Softball on WMIX.
Hey, are you thinking of starting your own business? Or maybe you already own your own business and have tax questions? Call Heartland Accounting today. At Heartland Accounting, we specialize in small business planning. Let us help you with your business bookkeeping, sales taxes, payroll taxes, or maybe just some solid business advice. Get started right and let us help you make your business a success. Call Heartland Accounting of Mount Vernon today at 244-7077 or stop by 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This is Mike Reese. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back in time for the top half of the third inning. For Salem, it'll be 8-9-1 with Brusher, Keene, and Lane. For the Wildcats, you trail 4-0. That was a big inning for the Lady Rams to have.
Big inning. They took advantage with 2 outs to get a couple of runs and then hustled into a third. 4-0 after 2. That's big for the Lady Rams to get those runs with 2 outs. Puts pressure on the other team.
That it does. And the first pitch of the inning will be across the inside corner for strike 1 here to Richard.
Flood with a 4-run lead can gut these pitches. Hit it and let her defense battle.
Next one will miss inside. Try to go identical location. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Rusher. No scores report as of yet. Of course, Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent here in Mount Vernon, brings you the scoreboard updates. You can find him online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Inside change up that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rusher. It's imperative for Jacqueline to maintain the flow and everything that she's built up at the moment. Next one's a change up low. It's 2-2.
Mount Vernon Rams baseball practicing behind us at Brennan Klein. Sure to be a short one.
They have a soiree tonight, the Mount Vernon Rams baseball banquet.
Soiree. Wow, can you say that word before the 5th? That's the key in that. No?
That'll be a strikeout pitch outside. It'll be 1 away. Lefty bat stands in this time and Keene. She'll take outside corner. Would love to slap her way on here with 1 out and nobody aboard. Oh, 1's coming. It'll be bunted foul. 0-2.
Different alignment here with Keene up, and then, of course, Lane leadoff hitter. Second baseman and third baseman are in. First and short.
Your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states.
With a left-handed slap hitter, you move into the slap defense, as Mount Vernon's doing right now.
See what happens here on the 0-2. Swung and missed. That'll be strikeout number 6. 2 in the inning, 4 in a row. Jacqueline Flood here on Senior Day.
6 of her last 8 outs or strikeouts. Not a bad effort. Back to Lane, who reached on the arrow the last time and stole a base.
Her first pitch will come high. It's going to be 1 ball, no strikes. 4-0. Lady Rams on top of the top of the third. 2 outs. Bases empty for Chelsea Lane, the leadoff bat. See what happens on the 1-0. What will he get? Here comes the pitch on the way. It'll be a check swing, and it's going to catch the plate right across. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here for the Wildcats in their half of the third. It's a 4-0 ball game. Lady Rams on top. Pitch is on the way lane. She'll foul it off. Falls behind 1-2.
Now the key for Flood, get out of the inning. Don't let anything start here with 1 strike left to go.
Here comes. Swung on a miss, so striking out the side. That's 5 in a row for Flood, who has 7. We head to the bottom of the third. Lady Rams up 4-0. This is Mount Vernon Softball on WMIX.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Isn't it great to live in a community where people give back and try to improve our area for the next generation? That's what we believe in and why our name, Community First, reflects this core value. If you would like to enjoy a personal relationship with your bank, make the move to Community First Bank and find out what community banking means. Simply stated, we are neighbors helping neighbors.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois proudly welcomes Dr. Brian Steinke to their medical staff. Dr. Steinke is an orthopedic surgeon specializing in spine surgery, treatment of the injured back, and will provide the newest state-of-the-art procedures in the region. Dr. Steinke is fellowship trained in spine and brings prestigious credentials to the center. Dr. Steinke will be seeing patients at the Mount Vernon and Centralia locations. To set up your appointment with Dr. Steinke, call 242-3778 or visit their informative website at orthocenter-si.com. Discover the difference.
This is Mike Reese. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
It'll be the heart of the order for the Lady Rams here coming up in the home half of the inning. Actually, middle of the order. It'll be Haley Lockhart, Mallory Garner, and Summer Hodson here for the Lady Rams. Lady Rams on top 4-0. We're glad to have you with us on WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. 94 News at 5. We'll be FM only today. Brought to you by Mount Vernon Church of Christ, Fort Square, King City Chrysler, and the People's National Bank. As this will be a first pitch low and inside to Lockhart because ahead of the count here. 1-0. See if the Lady Rams can add some more runs. Banterra Bank lead off this summer with a Banterra Bank free checking account. Banterra Bank is banking with local style. Member FDIC as the next pitch scoots a little low.
Be nice for Mount Vernon to couple big innings here and maybe get a short game out of this. End it the way you want to on your field.
Next pitch comes inside, though. It'll be 2 balls and 1 strike. Lockhart getting us started here, hoping for an auspicious start here in the inning. Next one on the way, she'll turn in and look at pass. 3 balls, 1 strike, a hitter's count. See what happens here. Next one will miss high, and that'll be a leadoff walk for Lockhart.
That's a good start. Get a runner on, leadoff runner on. Percentage extremely high that runner may score.
Yes, indeed.
Lady Rams in the driver's seat now. Garner up, grounded shorter last time. Good stick.
So the runner aboard, Mallory, has a chance for some production here, and she'll take the first pitch outside. See what happens on the 1-0 pitch. She will put this into play towards right. It'll fall for a base hit. It'll take a bad hop away from the right fielder. Lockhart's going to be waved around. She'll be sent home to try to score. Gardner will come to third base on the throw home, and it'll be an RBI for Mallory Garner.
RBI triple, the hard, dry ground in the outfield. We've seen it recently. The ground's gotten harder. The hops go different ways. Grass starts to thin out without any moisture. Ball hit in front of the right fielder and went straight to her left. Started down toward the right field foul pole, and that allowed Garner to get an RBI triple and score Lockhart. The Lady Rams now 5-0.
Big opportunity now for Hobbs, who puts it into play. That'll be an RBI single, and the Lady Rams take a 6-0 lead.
Starting to tee off a little bit here. Good swings here in this part of the order. Bottom of the order, really destructive today.
So it started off with a 3-1 walk to Lockhart, who came around to score on the RBI triple by Garner, and now an RBI single by Hobson. Make this a 6-0 ball game. The first pitch will be inside to the senior, Mallory Kirsch. She has a 1-0 count, trying to make this a big inning for the Lady Rams to put a cricket number up. There we go. Now we're good. Got it? Yeah. Next one is high, and for the life of me, that one was well in the mid for maybe a couple of seconds whenever Kirsch decided to make the swing. Yeah. So that'll be a strike, and the runner was out at second base.
That's a tough deal. You got nobody out. You're hitting the ball well, and you get a runner down there at second base thrown out for your first out inning. That is very difficult to handle.
Change up that time. Kirsch out in front of it. This will be a 1-2 count for Mallory Kirsch. 1 out and nobody on for the Lady Rams now in the bottom half of the third inning, a 6-0 ball game. Next one's on the way. Kirsch will wave and miss. It'll be 2 away.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. Sometimes in situations like this, you maybe be patient. Let the big inning come to you. You're 6-0 and they can't get you out. Don't run in anything. Let them shorten an inning.
For Second Chance Auto is your home for the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, priced at $10,000 in one location. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. First pitch to Kelby Quiyamba, who singled and scored her last time, catches the outside corner. And it is 0-1 to Kelby. 2 outs now in an inning that looks promising to be huge for the Lady Rams. Next pitch on the way. Off speed, swung on a miss out in front.
6 different Lady Rams have scored in the game today already.
Not a bad effort. 0-2 at the moment. To Kelby Quiyamba with 2 gone. Next one's on the way, and that's going to be inside in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Remains to be seen who will be your Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game. Your community, your choice, your bank, with 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. We'll have a second chance at 1-2, so to speak.
Amy Johnson couldn't get out of the way of that one. Got her a little bit. She's fine down there.
Get her on the foot or
chin, yeah, that area.
She jumped sky high.
Couldn't get out of the way.
Well, nice vertical. Quiyamba stands back in. Dick's back into the right-handed batter's box. Pitch on the way. She will race that just past the glove of the shortstop, Rasul, and that'll be a 2-out single for Kelby K.
Second hit of the day for Kelby K.
Singled his square last time. We'll see. Second verse is the same as the first, as Micaiah Rush will stand in.
6 runs on 8 hits for the Lady Rams at this point. 2 2 2/3 from the plate.
See what happens with Rush. Pitch on the waist, bunted herself on last time. Lays off of a bunt here as the pitch sails high. It's going to be 1-0. And that was the play where Lane came in to get the ball as she charged on the bunt, slipped and fell somehow. And Rush got aboard. Here comes the next one. Looks a little low. See the final verdict. It's going to be 2-0. Tony Wills brings you our scoreboard updates, but again, nothing to report as of yet. Centralia doesn't play until 7 o'clock tonight. Not a lot going on in terms of baseball and softball today. Here comes the pitch on the way to Rush, inside corner. That'll turn this count to 2-1.
1A and 2A have the day off with the good weather. Everybody plays tomorrow in regional finals. 3A, 4A wrapping up, schedule thinning down, and track sectionals and tennis sectionals going on.
Here comes the 2-1, make it 2-2 as Micaiah stayed with the bunt there. It's going to connect and then leaving the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner on first base for the Lady Rams with a 6-0 lead in the home half of the 3rd inning. Pitch is on the way. Here it comes. And that, being off-speed pitch, strikes out Rush. So we are through 3. The Lady Rams had 2 more to make it 6-0. This is Mount Vernon Softball on WMIX.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depend on your hometown professionals. Pekin Insurance.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
For more insight, follow us on Twitter at 94Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Lincoln Park. We at the top of the 4th, 6-0 Lady Rams on top. A couple of quick pitches in to Rasul. But that last one might have just missed outside, or did it catch?
Nope, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike to Rasul. Smith hints in the follow in the Salem half of the 4th. Next one comes. That'll jam to the third baseman glove of Mallory Garner. She'll make the play, and there's 1 out. Help make your kids' future a victory. Teach them the importance of saving today with Banterra's Smart Kids Savings Account. Banterra Bank is banking with local style. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. That'll bring up Smith. She struck out her last at bat. Now up here in the 4th, let's see what happens. Takes a pitch right across the plate. It's going to be 0-1. Centralia O'Fallon no more. We just learned that they actually canceled that game. O'Fallon over their limit. Well, I missed that time. Filthy change up by Jacqueline Flood. 0-2. Tried to get her outside that time. Smith will look into the mid of Paige Clinton. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Salem team's not done much but swing. Gate. Haven't made any contact yet.
Next one on the way, and that is going to miss outside as well. A little low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Taylor Smith. Heather Hinson to follow in the Salem half of the 4th. The Lady Rams will send up the top of the order in the bottom half. Try to add to the 6-0 lead. Here comes another one on the way. Swung on and missed. Low pitch that time. It doesn't matter. That'll be strikeout number 8 for Jay Flo today. As Heather Hinson will stand in, hoping not to fall victim to Flood again. She popped up to the pitcher her last time. Next one on the way. That is going to be sent opposite way. Riava will pick it up, scoop it over to first base in time. So the 3-4 will make it 1-2-3. We head to the bottom half. Still 6-0 Mount Vernon. This is Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
Want a good laugh? Watch those funny insurance ads on TV. You know, the ones the other guys spend billions of dollars on each year. Want seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance? Come to the Bean Insurance Agency here in Mount Vernon, an independent Erie insurance agent. You'll get a great price that saves you money. Unbelievable service. and advice from people you can trust. So talk to us at the Bean Insurance Agency today. Call 618-242-6017. That's 618-242-6017. Or go to beaninsurance.net. We can help you get where you need to be, where you should be, quickly and easily. Go ahead, laugh at those cave people, stunt guys, and bubbly cashiers. Then see for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with Erie, year after year after year.
Back to Lady Rams Softball, powered by Banterra Bank.
And we welcome you back. It's time for the bottom half of the fourth inning. For the Lady Rams, it'll be Cheyenne Morgan, Paige Clinton, and Jacqueline Flood. Don't bank on the away team, bank for the locals. Banterra Bank is locally owned and operated, banking with local style. Member FDIC. The Lady Rams can add some more runs to the tally here. Already up 6-0 and have scored in every inning. 1 in the first, 3 in the third, 2 in the third, give us our 6-0 score.
On the other side of the ledger, goes without saying what Jackson Flood's done. 2-4 innings.
Boy, no doubt, 8 strikeouts today. Not to mention the other. Here comes a bunted ball down to the pitcher. Thrown out at first will be Cheyenne Morgan.
Yeah, just too close to the catcher. Catcher made a nice play, come out of that squat, grab in front of home plate, and easily throw Morgan out at first base.
That brings up Flint. Reached on an error last time. Tripled and scored back at the first. Here comes the first pitch to Paige. She'll take it inside low. It's 1-0. For all your insurance financial service needs, see Tony Wilcher, State Farm agent here in Mount Vernon. He's on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower. Like a good neighbor, Tony is there. Next pitch misses away. It'll be 2 balls, no strikes for Clinton. We'll head through her namesake county tomorrow on the way to Highland.
Oh, Belleville.
Inside joke as it may be, is this going to be hit to center field where there is nobody playing for the pool? That's where she raked it last time when she got that triple.
Yep. 9th hit of the day already for the Lady Rams through 3+ innings.
A great piece of batting work by Paige Clinton just to hit it straight up. Nobody was there. She's able to get aboard safely with 1 out. That'll bring up Jacqueline Flood, who I believe flew out to the right fielder last time up.
Yep.
Going off of memory. Forgot to write it down. That's what I was thinking. We're going to play her to pull again. Really? Haven't learned by now? There you go. Playing straight away now. Right. Good option. They ran to prove they're capable of hitting to either gap. This will be popped up. Skin of the infield and the second baseman. Brewster will make the grab 2 away. That'll bring up Haley Lockhart. She walked and scored her last time. 6-0 Lady Rams on top of Salem. Glad to have you with us here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. 2 outs and 1 on. Here comes Lockhart, sends that deep and gone past the left field fence. Makes 8-0.
That ball flew the batting cage out there in left field as well on that home run.
Good luck finding that one in the field grass, and it's 8-0 Lady Rams.
Wow. That pitch left quickly for the 10th hit of the game, and as you said, 8-0 now.
Wow. Lifted that one deep to left field and make it 8-0, as we said, here in the fourth. Well, support the other team. Go green with Banterra's online bill pay and online statements. Banterra Bank is banking with local style, member FDIC, and that'll bring up Garner. Bases empty, 2 gone. Wow, what a mammoth blast by Haley Lockhart. Garner stands in, and she will rake one right through the left side of the infield. That'll be a 2-out single. So Lady Rams will reload the bases here. Not literally, of course, figuratively speaking. A lot of folks taking this one in on senior day, also the regular season finale for both of these teams.
Wow. I mean, that was a bomb. Lockhart's ball landed over the cage almost out in the field.
This will be chopped right back. Nope, it'll be a foul ball off the plate. So make it over.
I can tell by the body language that Salem is starting to wilt a little bit. Maybe not excited, down 8-0, having to make a trip on a nice Friday night.
Here comes the house. She'll wait on it. It's high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Being down 8-0, You learn a lot about your team. If they want to compete, keep going, or get things done and go on.
Hobson waits on this one, fouls it off.
Heads up. People are down below us.
Past the stands on the concrete, the homemade stands anyhow. It is 1 ball, 1 strike to Summer Hobson. 2 strikes. That'll be inside the count. Even that's going to get away. Garner will head to second base on the pass ball. So an RBI chance now for Hobson with a 2-2 count.
Good base running by Garner that time. Had her actual lead off after the pitch was released. Ended out there with her secondary and was able to scoot down to second base. Good read on that.
Of course, with the retirement, as years or months away, open a retirement account that your lifestyle perfectly. Bandstra Bank is banking with local style. Member FDIC. Right up the middle by Hobson. Garner is going to come around to score. The 2-out hit parade continues, and it's 9-0 Lady Rams.
Lady Rams need one more. Another RBI for Summer Hobson today. Wow. There will be a runner, pinch runner at first.
It'll bring in Mallory Kirsch. Runner on and 2 outs here in the 4th. And that'll just miss outside.
A nice little exclamation point. Get you a good win and head in the postseason with a little momentum on Tuesday.
So Stewart is your runner at first. With Kirsch at the plate, that's going to miss high. 2-0. Are they okay?
Yeah, I got to ask you something off the break.
Okay.
Kind of arranged my schedule for our Wednesday trip.
Here it comes, and this one will be popped up. Will the scoot out of play from our vantage point? It will not. That is a great play along the fence by the catcher, Henson. We are through 4. It's 9-0 Mount Vernon. This is Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
How do you spend your Saturday mornings? Wake up, grab coffee, get something to eat? Why not add a little WMIX Saturday Sports Show to your Saturday? From 8:08 until 10 o'clock, we have guests, discussion, and fun involving the regional sports topics that matter to you. It's the pick-me-up you need to start your morning off right. It's the Saturday Sports Show every single week on WMIX AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. For more content, like WMIX Sports on Facebook. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back. Lady Rams Softball is presented by Banterra Bank. Don't strike out. Take control of your health care expenses with a tax-advanced health savings account. Banterra Bank is banking with local style. Member FDIC. Here it comes. It's going to be inside. Catches the corner, however, and it's 0-1 here to Effort. Chappelle, Haber to follow here. At the top of the 5th inning. 9-0 is your Lady Ram lead. Here comes another one on the way. That is going to be golfed in the left center field, and I didn't make mention of it for fear of a jinx, but that is the first base hit surrendered today by Jacqueline Flood.
First hit of the day.
That comes to the 5th. I know some may be thinking, well, you haven't said anything about it yet, but I'm superstitious.
Yeah, we are about stuff like that.
Of course, we were getting to the point now where after 5, you kind of have to start talking about it on the air.
Right.
That'll be a double for Heather Effort.
Lead off double, as a matter of fact.
On a pitch low, it just somehow went down and got.
Yeah, just a good swing. Good pitch, better swing. Ends up in the double.
Not a whole lot you can do in that type of situation. Flood will meet Chappelle for a second time. She struck out looking her last time up, but this will be fouled to the backstop. 0-1. Second Chance Auto is your home for the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, priced at $10,000 in one location. Second Chance Auto is Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Bank rate financing for everybody. There at Second Chance Auto. Pitch is on the way, and that is going to be high. 1-1. Here it comes. It's going to scoot outside on a curve. 2 balls and a strike to Chappelle. No sports report now. The only game we were really counting on was Centralia O'Fallon, and that's no longer a varsity contest. Here it comes across, and it's going to miss high, though.
No, there's not many games scheduled anyway today and tomorrow. You have graduations and otherwise going on. Teams that played their 35-game allotment are close to it already, so not a lot going on.
Rams very fortunate to be getting one in tomorrow, as the runner will go to third, and she will be safe sliding underneath the tag. It was a solid throw, but it is a walk to Chappelle that puts runners at the now.
The worst part is, Chris, Salem now is first and third, nobody out.
Amen. Scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all your insurance financial service needs, see Tony here on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower, Mount Vernon. You see that red Jeep in the parking lot? Stop in. Tony would love to meet with you. It's the first pitch low. It's 1-0 to Haber. The throw to third base allows the runner to take second, so it'll be second and third now.
That'll go as an error. Allows that runner to trot down to second. Now second and third, nobody out. This becomes a dire situation to see if Flood can pitch out of this.
The Rams are going to need her to do just that. 1-0 the count here to Haber. Rusher on deck. Pitch is on the way, and that is smack foul, line foul towards the first base dugout. It's 1-1. Saturday Sports Show comes your way tomorrow here on AM 940 and online at mywithersradio.com at about 8:06. But they're getting ready for some JCSA softball action tonight.
Yeah.
That'll be a strike outside corner, Swan a miss, 1-2.
Couple fields stalled up over here behind us, getting ready to go. That time of year. Summertime.
Next pitch is outside. 2-2 is the count evens to Miranda Haber. She struck out her last time up was victim number 4. Next one's on the way. Ground ball to the right side. A run will score. Stewart will make the throw to first. That'll be 4-3 on the RBI.
Salem out on the board. One run on a hit. But that error, and then you let somebody get to third, and that comes back to haunt Mount Vernon. So Salem gets a run. Now it's 9-1.
Here it comes inside on a pitch to Rusher to get us started in this at bat. 1 ball, no strike.
Being up 9-1, we were talking about the effort by Salem. On the other side of the stick, up 9-1, Mount Vernon has to maintain their focus. See if they can do that.
Yes, they do. Here it comes inside, low, 2-0. Familiar faces, new places make a great hand for you at Community First Bank's new 42nd Street location in Mount Vernon. And welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. There's one thing I like to believe is a jinx more than any other. And that is we prepare to get all the certain thing in.
Yeah.
And then realize now you need to back off.
Right.
That's probably not going to happen.
That happens sometimes in this business.
You betcha. But 2-0 the count to Rusher, and this will escape outside high. Right-hander has a
some don't have
count 3-0.
Some don't have those worries.
Back. 3-0, where's it going? Right across the plate. Outside corner it was, 3-1. Tomorrow we are at Highland. Yes, I realize it's Highland, but 3-1 in the dirt. It's going to be a 1-out walk to put 2 aboard again at the corners.
9-0 lead, and Mount Vernon let down mentally. And Salem battling back in this. That is what has happened.
Things you got to watch out for.
Yep.
This late in the season. Lady Rams begin postseason play on Tuesday. That'll be make that a 4:15 pregame. As Lady Rams look to avenge a loss a couple of weeks ago to the Carbondale Terriers, this time in the postseason. Keene will stand in, runners to the corners, 1 out, a 9-1 ball game here in the 5th. High that time, it's 1-0. See, tomorrow we have Amy Johnson on the Saturday Sports Show. Tim Holloway, Rams baseball coach, will join us as well. Here comes across the outside corner. It's 1-1. Keene, we have new Marion Wildcats head basketball coach Shane Hawkins set to join us as well. Should be interesting.
And then all the breakdown of bracket.
Yes, sir. Here comes, and this will be swung on a miss. The runner will go down to second. Be 1-2. Hawks, a long-time guest of the Saturday Sports Show for a few years now. And talk about a new gig. 1-2 is on its way, swung on and missed, and that'll be strikeout number 9.
Second out of the inning.
That's even more important.
That's the thing. And now top of the order, Chelsea Lane up. Or pinch hitter, I guess.
Indeed it is.
Yep, pinch hitter.
Chelsea Lane turns into Keandra Wells.
There we go.
She'll swing and miss with a fastball. 0-1. I feel you, dog.
Yes.
I start panting myself.
Lots of still air today, even with the dry fit shirt on.
Here comes the next one high. Good effort there by Jacqueline Flood. It's no 2 count on the pinch hitter Wells. We'll see if Lane is reinserted in the lineup defensively in the bottom half. It'll be 8-9-1 in the bottom half of the inning for the Lady Rams. Here comes a pitch on the way from Flood. Will be an out pitch. It'll be a waste pitch outside, however, 1-2. Pass to the 5th. 2 outs, 2 aboard. They're in scoring position for Salem as they threaten to add another. They crack the goose egg. It's now 9-1. There you go. That's strikeout number 10 for Jacqueline Flood on Senior Day. We are through 4.5. 9-1 Lady Rams. This is Confident Softball on WMIX.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, are you thinking of starting your own business? Or maybe you already own your own business and have tax questions? Call Heartland Accounting today. At Heartland Accounting, we specialize in small business planning. Let us help you with your business bookkeeping, sales taxes, payroll taxes, or maybe just some solid business advice. Get started right and let us help you make your business a success. Call Heartland Accounting of Mount Vernon today at 244-7077 or stop by 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
More softball action ahead on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com.
And we welcome you back to Lady Rams Softball. Bottom of the 5th we go. 9-1, Mount Vernon on top. It'll be 8-9 and 1-2 up. Here for the Lady Rams. First pitch on the way to Hannah Wright, who's pinch hitting, the freshman. Missed low. It'll be 1-0. Hot. It's uncomfortable sitting in the seat.
Quite toasty.
1-0 come, and that's going to be high, and that's going to be drilled towards left center. That keeps tracking back to the wall, but a grab is made. It's allowed out. That is a home run Robbie grab, as a matter of fact. That was headed over the fence. So the fly out to center will put one away, and that'll bring up Micaiah Rush. That is a shame, because that one had home run written all over it.
If she pulls it, it's gone.
Pulls the Taylor Lockhart territory. Here comes across the outside, but missing. 1-0 to Rush. Let's get technical about going green. Banter offers free online bill pay and online statements. Banter Bank is banking with local style. Member FDIC, as that one was high. Make it 2-0 here to Micaiah Rush. Next one in route, that's going to be a ground ball, third base, picked up and fired over by Wells. 5-3 is your second out.
Pretty easily now. Mount Vernon's lost their stroke here, lost their touch at the plate.
Out now, Brown counts, bottom of the hour. This is WMIX Mount Vernon, Marion, Peoria. Free service from Withers Broadcasting. We're worldwide at MyWithersRadio.com, where you can watch tomorrow night's graduation online, complete with audio. Audio directly coming from the PA, as a matter of fact. You'll be able to hear as if you were there. Here it comes. Going to be high to Morgan as we go back to the south for 1-0. Yep. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 5th with 2 outs, the base is empty. This sails high, 2-0 to Morgan. Salem will send up 2, 3, and 4 in their half of the 6th. 2-0's on its way. Morgan will lay off, but it catches the outside corner. Left-hander has a 2-1 count. So the pitcher trying to battle back. Heather Effort, the counterpart to Jacqueline Flood today, and this is going to be a slap right down to first base, picked up by Goose Street. First time we've really called her name today. And that'll do us through 5. Still 9-1 Lady Rams. This is Mountain Softball on WMIX.
Life is no easy task for anyone. We all want to better ourselves and our financial situation. Feel like you're going nowhere? Or just ready for a new challenge? Or wanting the college experience without going deeper into debt? Regardless of your answer, Rend Lake College is your vehicle to a brighter future. With over 100 degree and certificate programs, Rend Lake College can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at Rend Lake College. Summer courses begin June 4th and are already open for registration. Get some of your core courses out of the way during the summer months. Smaller class sizes mean more focus on you and a laid-back atmosphere allowing you the challenge of a great college experience without going deeper into debt. Rend Lake College's counselors are always on hand to help guide you to your new opportunity. Call 437-5321 to set up an appointment or log on to rlc.edu for more information.
For more insight, follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Lincoln Park in Mount Vernon. The home team, the Lady Rams, with a 9-1 lead over Salem. We head to the top of the 6th for Anissa Rasul, Taylor Smith, and Heather Henson for the Wildcats. They are a combined 0 for 6. Still a one-hitter, though. Yeah. Thus far for Jay Flo. Had 10 strikeouts today on Senior Day.
One thing you'd be concerned about is the Lady Rams defense. A couple of errors today.
Here comes an inside pitch with the heat that side. It just misses off of the mark. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes. Help make your kids' future a victory. Teach them the importance of saving today with the answer a Smart Kids Savings Account, member FDIC.
Seems like Mount Vernon, when they had that 9-0 lead, rolled out in the last inning and lost their drive, their initiative. And they just can't get it back right now.
2-0 here to Rasul. She'll take one across the plate this time. The count's 2-1. On the air tomorrow, 10:45 is your pregame. Rams baseball single game at Highland. No longer a doubleheader, as we found out a couple of weeks ago. Pitch on the way, trying to tap at it. On the outside pitch was Rasul. She'll miss 2-2. She's trying to bunt her, reach out and bunt her way on for a base hit. Didn't quite pan out. Next one, fouled off, got a tip. Count stays 2-2. No scores to report as of yet, although we do know. Boys tennis sectionals going on tomorrow. Carbondale Centralia some hosts in that. We have some boys track sectionals going on now, as this will be fouled back, stays 2-2. We have girls tennis state going on right now. We have 1A and 2A regional finals in baseball and softball tomorrow. We have 1A, we have soccer regionals in some classes wrapping up this week, as this will be laid out to the pitcher, Flood. Great tap there, and I'll explain it. Got it with her glove, deflected it, caught it with her bare hand, and was able to make the out at first, 1-3. Very nice play. And that'll bring us Taylor Smith with one out here in the 6th, still a 9-1 Lady Ram lead. Hand-eye coordination at its finest right there. Outstanding. Tony Wilt brings you our scoreboard updates all season long. Again, a reminder, you can find them online at TonyWilt.com or here in Mount Vernon off 42nd South Watertown. This will not be Taylor Smith. This will be a pinch hitter. It is somebody not on the roster.
Yeah, they said they had some that weren't on the roster today. But that comes around this time of year, I assume.
That it does.
JV schedules are over.
Yeah, we have a couple of slap attempts for 2 early strikes. The 0-2 coming, and she will slap it down to first base, where covering was Kelby Quiata.
Yeah, swung too hard and one hopper to Kelby. Back to base. One of the easier ground balls you get at first base ever.
2 outs now for Henson. You think? Yep. Here comes inside to catch the corner. No, it just missed. It's going to be 1-0 here to Henson. We're the top half of inning number 6 in a 9-1 ball game. Here comes the next one. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Garner will pick it up. She fires to first, and there's your third out. 1-2-3 go the Wildcats in the 6th. We head to the home half, still 9-1 Mount Vernon. This is Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford and Chrysler dealer in Mount Vernon. Recently, big storms brought light hail to the area, and that means big savings for you at Ford Square Mount Vernon and King City Chrysler Center. A little hail damage means extra savings for you on all new and used Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. You can even save on our pre-owned vehicles, too. We are talking savings in the thousands. You heard it right, savings in the thousands, like up to $13,000 on select new Dodge Ram pickups, or save up to $8,000 on savings on Ford F-150 pickups. Ford Square Mount Vernon and King City Chrysler Center, exceeding your expectations. Come see us at 1501 Broadway and 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and save big.
For more content, like WMIX Sports on Facebook. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Lady Rams Softball. We head to the home half of the 6th. It should be Paige Clinton, Jacqueline Flood, and Haley Lockhart for the Lady Rams, who have a 9-1 lead over Salem. Who will be your Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game? With 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts, Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. We'll have that for you, of course, in the Beat Insurance postgame show. First pitch on the way to Clinton. She'll send that foul. Behind the backstop, 0-1.
2 for 3, couple of runs scored. She's had a busy day offensively.
Had a busy day on Wednesday as well. Last time the Lady Rams played, did not play Mascoutah yesterday. Mascoutah had a conference game to get in against Civic Memorial. She will send this the opposite way again into right center field, picked up by the center fielder.
13th hit of the day for the Lady Rams as Clinton goes 3 for 4. Not a bad day,
as Haber has made the move from left to center.
Good day at the office, one would be saying.
That'll bring up Jay Flo. And she ended here with a home run. 9-1 is your score. The game-ending run is at the plate. We're here in the bottom half of the 6th. Pitch is on the way. She's waiting to crank, and this will be in the right field. Won't be deep enough, but it'll fall for a base hit and get away. Took another bad hop. Clinton's going to be waved around. She'll be pointed home. This will be run number 10. Behind her, close by, is Jacqueline Flood, the throw.
Double and an RBI. Lady Rams have 10-0 now. Winning run is now at third base.
Almost hesitant.
I go RBI double just because if she doesn't make the throw home, she doesn't get to third.
No, I mean that. I mean the fact that she had a tough hop off the bounce, and I can't tell if it deflected off her glove on the bounce or not, or got past her. It really doesn't matter. So we'll give it the RBI double. And it's 10-1 Lady Rams with a game-ending run on third base. That'll bring up Pop-Tart Lockhart, who hit a homer last time up, and she's looking to go yard again. This one is deep towards left center field, but that won't matter. It'll fall at the wall for a ground rule double, and this should be an 11-1 final.
Wow. Just that easily, it's done and over.
I think I have a vendor for player of the game.
Yeah.
Before we say that, Lady Rams Softball is always presented by Banterra Bank. Don't get caught looking in an embarrassing situation. Make sure you've opted in your debit card for overdraft purchases. Banterra Bank is banking with local style, member FDIC. Well, 11-1 is your final at 6. The Lady Rams get win number 26 on the regular season. We'll tell you more about it in the Beat Insurance postgame show coming up next. This is Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Life is no easy task for anyone. We all want to better ourselves and our financial situation. Feel like you're going nowhere? Or just ready for a new challenge? Or wanting the college experience without going deeper into debt? Regardless of your answer, Rend Lake College is your vehicle to a brighter future. With over 100 degree and certificate programs, Rend Lake College can put you on the fast track track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at Rend Lake College. Summer courses begin June 4th and are already open for registration. Get some of your core courses out of the way during the summer months. Smaller class sizes mean more focus on you and a laid-back atmosphere allowing you the challenge of a great college experience without going deeper into debt. Rend Lake College's counselors are always on hand to help guide you to your new opportunity. Call 437-5321 to set up an appointment or log on to rlc.edu for more information.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford and Chrysler dealer in Mount Vernon. Recently, big storms brought light hail to the area, and that means big savings for you at Ford Square Mount Vernon and King City Chrysler Center. A little hail damage means extra savings for you on all new and used Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. You can even save on our pre-owned vehicles, too. We are talking savings in the thousands. You heard it right, savings in the thousands, like up to $13,000 on select new Dodge Ram pickups, or save up to $8,000 on savings on Ford F-150 pickups. Ford Square Mount Vernon and King City Chrysler Center, exceeding your expectations. Come see us at 1501 Broadway and 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and save big.
Okay, people, here's your chance to come clean. Been punished? What did you do?
I backed into a tree.
I got dinged at the mall.
I hit black ice, then a parked car.
And your punishment was?
They raised my auto premium.
Here's how to stop the punishment. Get Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. With Rate Lock, you'll get a low rate that stays low, even if you file a claim. You're locked in until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Oh. Which means when you call on us, you'll feel like you're supposed to feel. Relieved.
So talk to us at the Bean Insurance Agency today. Call 618-242-6017. That's 618-242-6017. Or go to beaninsurance.net.
See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with Erie. Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
This is Lady Rams Softball on WMIX. The Bean Insurance postgame show starts now.
Bean Insurance is an independent agency that can do the insurance shopping for you. Bean Insurance has multiple top insurance companies to choose from, of course, with great rates for your family. Give Bean Insurance a call at 244-BEAN. That number is 244-2326. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jesse Clark is back at the Mount Vernon studio. Lady Rams wrapped up the 6-inning victory over Salem by the score of 11-1. And a lot of solid offensive production and great pitching to boot for the Lady Rams.
One little misstep in one inning, maybe lost focus with a 9-0 lead, but Mount Vernon quickly gained that back. Did a great job and ended up winning this one and then short game in Salem. That's also a good sign as you head into postseason for another time.
There is no doubt about that. And, of course, chances are you're paying too much for auto insurance. Discount's the way to Bean Insurance, but you won't know how much you can save until you give them a call. Give Bean Insurance a call at 244-BEAN. That is 244-2326. We need to come back at you with a Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game. Of course, but first we have your Heartland Accounting postgame stats.
Salem was 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. Mount Vernon 11 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors. Jacqueline Flood goes the distance for the win. Heather Iffert gets the loss in a game that took 1 hour and 6 minutes as the Lady Rams defeat Salem here today by a score of 11-1.
Get started right and let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B. Your small business expert. 11-1 your final. Lady Rams conclude their regular season with a 26-8 mark. Of course, they are your Co-South 7 Conference champions with Centralia. When we come back, we'll have that player of the game for you here on the Bean Insurance Postgame Show. Back to Lincoln Park in just a bit. This is Lady Rams Softball on WMIX.
It happens every spring. You need a great quality vehicle. That's where Second Chance Auto comes in. Family owned for the past 32 years. Second Chance Auto has been the cure for spring new car fever. No one has a better selection of vehicles priced under $10,000. Almost all their vehicles come with a generous 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty. There are no dock fees, no shipping fees, and no processing fees like those new car dealerships. Just low prices. Second Chance Auto. Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582. Second Chance Auto.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Isn't it great to live in a community where people give back and try to improve our area for the next generation? That's what we believe in and why our name, Community First, reflects this core value. If you would like to enjoy a personal relationship with your bank, make the move to Community First Bank and find out what community banking means. Simply stated, we are neighbors helping neighbors.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Lady Rams Softball on WMIX. Time now for the Community First Bank of the Heartland Player of the Game.
And we welcome you back to the Beat Insurance postgame show. This is the part where after an 11-1 final over Salem in 6, we pick our Community First Bank of the Heartland Player of the Game, and it is.
I think I will be looking at Haley Lockhart.
Yes, you will.
With a 2-for-3 performance, 3 RBIs, 2 run scores, and one of those was a home run.
And not to mention walk-off variety, technically. Her ground rule double. Scored the game-ending run, the 11th run in the bottom half of the 6th. A 2-run homer, walked and scored. A couple of runs scored, obviously. Did strike out in the first, but I thought rebounded nicely to show the composure and tradition. That comprises your Community First Bank of the Heartland Player of the Game. Great traditions aren't given, they're earned through hard work and commitment. That's just what they believe in at Community First Bank of the Heartland. Proud sponsors of the Lady Rams. A great tradition. That is going to do it for us this afternoon. Lady Rams Softball is back on the air on Tuesday at Marion, as the Lady Rams will play Carbondale in the Marion Regional. Rams baseball is back on the air tomorrow. 10:45 is your pregame as they go on the road to take on Highland. Now just one game instead of a doubleheader. Your first pitch is at 11. We'll talk about all of it more on the Saturday Sports Show tomorrow, 8:06 until 10 o'clock, right here on AM 940, online at mywithersradio.com. Until then, stay up to date on Twitter at 94 Sports and Facebook, WMIX Sports. That does it for us. For Danny Czerwinski, for Jesse Clark, back to the studio, and everyone at Withers Broadcasting on behalf of our sponsors, thank you for listening to Lady Rams Softball. I'm Chris Hugo reminding you your final score. The Mount Vernon Lady Rams 11, the Salem Lady Wildcats 1 in 6 innings. Good night from Lincoln Park.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Lady Rams Softball on WMIX and online at mywithersradio.com. Lady Rams Softball has been presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Banterra Bank. Banking with local style. The Mount Vernon Lady Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital. Raising the bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. Rend Lake College. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Heartland Accounting, All Stars and Stitches, Bean Insurance, Central Christian Church, and People's National Bank. Your home for news, talk, sports, and America's best music. WMIX.